Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to today's video. Today's video is different than the videos I usually do. So if you're new, welcome. I am Tiffany, and today I am sharing a curriculum haul. I guess not really a haul, but our curriculum video for the upcoming 2024 through 2025 school year. So this year I will be homeschooling 4 children. We're gonna start off with 3 and then add a 4th as time goes on. She already wants to do school. She's 3. So I have a little something for her because she wants to join in on the big kids every day that we do school. She sits and she says, I want to do school. I want to do my school. I want to do my school. So I printed a little bit of things for her to just start learning letters and numbers. Nothing that she can't handle. But I'm not pushing for her to be doing it at 3. But when she wants to join in, I have stuff for her. So I will be sharing for preschool. I will be sharing for kindergarten/first grade, and then 2nd/3rd grade, and then 8th grade. So why I say kindergarten/first grade and 2nd/3rd grade is we homeschool year round, and these 2 children are kind of just like in the middle of the year right now. I'll explain when we get there, but we'll be covering both for those children throughout this school year. Although we do school year round, we do take breaks, and we kind of start our new school year in August or July or August, and then we just go as we need to and move up levels as we need to. So what I think I'm gonna do is start with from youngest to oldest and show you what I have for them, and then I'll move into the group subjects as well. We will go ahead and start with little Miss Layla and her 3-year-old preschool curriculum. So she will end up being 4 throughout the year. So we're gonna start her with this Gather Round Student Book A. It's letters and numbers, number 1. I just print and put in the binder, so it's just easier. We can pull out as needed, and she can pull out and cut, she can pull out and color, and all of that fun stuff. So she's gonna do that. It goes over, obviously it said letters and numbers, but shapes and all kinds of fun things like that. So there's information about animals and all kinds of stuff. So she's just gonna absolutely love that. She always begs to do school. So that's it for her. Very, very, very simple. I don't have anything else besides when I get into our group subjects, I'll show you. She does have a little bit there, but this is all we're gonna work on with her. And then if and when she finishes this one, we'll move on to Student Book B, letters and numbers again. So we'll do that. And for our son Wilder, he is 5. He will be 6 in December. If he were going to public school, this would be his first year going to school. He has already finished a complete kindergarten curriculum. He did preschool and kindergarten curriculum through The Good and the Beautiful and finished both. I was not ready to push him onto level 1 because The Good and the Beautiful is a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't say it's like extremely advanced, but he being only 5 and still not even having gone to school but already completed kindergarten, I just kind of like pulled him back, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do a whole another year of kindergarten, or at least half the year. He's advanced, he's been reading for a while, but we're still working. We're gonna work through a little bit of kindergarten stuff just to reinforce it, just to let his brain him catch up to his brain, or his brain catch up to him. I'm not sure, because like I said, he is advanced, but I don't wanna get to that point where he's so advanced that it's frustrating him. Does that make sense? So anyway, I have this here. He'll be doing some handwriting. I think this is level 1 maybe, through The Good and the Beautiful, but I purchased the PDF, so I just printed off for him. So it's just in this folder. I'll just pull it out for him and he can go ahead and work through that. So now, because he's already completed The Good and the Beautiful kindergarten level, what I'm gonna do is move him to Gather Round Ready to Read. It's 1 step up from the letters and numbers that Layla's doing, and this teaches them how to read. As I stated, he already knows how to read. He can read fairly well for a 5-year-old, but what I want to do is reinforce all of the stuff that he's already learned. I expect him to fly through this, so we'll move from Book A to Book B. I don't know, I think there's Book A and B, and I think there's 4 of these. I expect him to fly through them fairly fast. And then when he's done, when he's ready, we'll move on to the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level 1. I already have the book for him. I didn't bring it up here. It's in the basement. I should have brought it up to show you, but I have it. It's ready for him. When he's ready to move into it, we'll move into that. This also covers math. So he already completed the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten math. And as I said, once we go through this book and once he's like flying through it, we'll move into the Good and the Beautiful Level 1 math and language arts for him. He will still continue with his handwriting all through the year. And then also I have science for Layla and Wilder together. So they are going to work through science for little hearts and hands from the Good and the Beautiful. We're going to do wind and waves and also fields and flowers. So they have science completely covered for the year for both of them. And that covers Layla and Wilder for preschool and kindergarten / moving on to first grade at some point. Then we will move on to Miss Everly, who is finishing up level 2, moving into level 3 very soon. She does not have much left at all in her language arts or her math. So she will continue with her level 3 handwriting from the Good and the Beautiful. She's, well, maybe not. It looks like she almost might be done. She's on page 95 out of 100. So it looks like I need to print her level 4. I do have level 4 as a PDF. So when she's finished with this, she will move on to level 4 handwriting and I will just print it out for her. So that takes care of her handwriting. And then, as I said, for language arts, she's doing the Good and the Beautiful level 2. She is almost done with it. She only has maybe 40 lessons left. So she will finish this before the end of this year. So she'll be moving into level 3. I already have the book and everything downstairs for her. So she'll be, as soon as she finishes this one, the next day, we will just move into level 3. And like I said, I already have that for her ready to go. Same thing with math 2. She's pretty much over halfway done with this. She's on, let me see. She's on lesson 94 out of 120. So she's almost done with math 2. I have math 3 downstairs for her as well. I didn't bring any of that stuff up. I should have just to show you, but I guess it doesn't really truly matter. Just know that we have it and it's downstairs. So when she's finished with this one, just like language arts, she will move on from the final lesson to the next day. She'll just start on math 3. And then this year for her, we're gonna try a new spelling. So this is ACE word building. I got her, I'm not even sure what level it was or anything, but she'll be working through this. There's a couple different booklets here. Well, not a couple, but maybe 10 different booklets that she'll be working through. These are, let me see, just simple like this. So she'll be able to work through that pretty much on her own. So that'll kind of be like, if I'm working with somebody else, she can work on her spelling. And then we also have this reading journal from Not Consumed, and we love them. I love them. I don't know how much the children love them, but what I have her do is read a book, and I'll give her a certain amount of time. I'll look through the book, see how many chapters it is. If it's, 5 chapters, I'll give her 5 days to complete it. Or if they're super long 5 chapters, I'll give her 10 days to complete it. I just really look at the chapter length and how many chapters and kind of decide from there. And then I'll have her complete one of these. So there's a whole bunch of them, and it says fiction or any book, but I don't really have her pay attention to that. I just have her fill in all the information: book title, pages read, date, her rating, all about the book. Like I said, I don't pay attention to if it's fiction or not, nonfiction, any book. So I just have her fill them in just because I feel like it gives her a sense of knowing what she's reading about, comprehending it all. I can know that she's comprehending it. So I love these. My middle schooler also has one as well. So I'll have to dig hers out. I actually haven't even dug through her thing over there. I need to do that before I start filming hers, because there might be something over there that we use too, other than what I pulled out. So I know her reading journal's over there. but I love this, not consumed. I will try to remember to link everything down below. I might forget something, but I will try. So now, moving on from her, we're gonna move to the middle schooler. She is in 8th grade this year, and we are going a different direction for her this year versus last year. Last year, she did the good and the beautiful math. She did the good and the beautiful language arts. This year, we're gonna move into, she's gonna use a little bit of things from the good and the beautiful, but we're going to move into a couple other things as well. So let me go look at her little basket over there and kind of pull out and see if there's anything else that I missed over there that she's gonna continue to use this year, or if that's just all stuff from last year. So now, for middle school, we are moving on to Christian Light Education Language Arts. So there are quite 10 of these workbooks that she will work through. And I also have the parent guide down here. But we just figured we'd go a different direction this year because the good and the beautiful language arts for level 8 is just a book study. It's really short, and then you move into high school. And I don't think she's quite ready to move into high school. So we're gonna do a year of this and see how she likes it. And if she continues to like it, we can keep using it. If not, we can switch back to the good and the beautiful high school next year. I did purchase the good and the beautiful high school already, so I do have it. If she ends up flying through this, if she doesn't like it, if we wanna go ahead and try to start the good and the beautiful high school, I already have all of the set. Again, it's downstairs. I didn't even think to bring it up because I don't really plan on using it, but if I have to, we have it. So that is her language arts, but I have a couple more things that she's gonna work through throughout the year. So she's gonna do this essay writing track from Gather Round. I think it's really, really short, maybe 14 or 20 lessons. I can't remember, but I'm gonna have her work through this for one part of the year. 20 lessons. So she'll probably start with language arts and this essay writing track to learn how to write essays. Last year was her first year at home. She had gone to public school kindergarten through 6th grade. 7th grade was her first year at home, but she missed so many critical points in school because of COVID. So I really want to work and give her a really solid background in essay writing. That way when she does move on to college and high school, she understands how to write an essay. So that is something that she wasn't taught in school because of just how it was, and then also the level that she was pulled out. So she would be starting to learn it in school now too. So we're gonna work on this essay writing track for her. And then I also have this grammar and writing guide from the Good and the Beautiful that we got last year for her. So between these two things, they'll kind of work together. When she has a lesson in here, there'll be more information in here that she can kind of grab from. So we'll give her a really solid background in essay writing. And then when she's completely finished with that, we are gonna move on to the Good and the Beautiful book studies. So level 8, I have it, and I have the books right here. So one of them is Abraham Lincoln, one is Wild Like the Foxes, and the other is, I can't remember what the other one is. It might be one of these. I pulled out all the level 8s. So I'm gonna have her go through and do one at a time and take as long as she needs to do the book studies, because I don't wanna push all of this language arts on her. We're just gonna kind of take it easy and take it slow and do her language arts book, but then also work on essay writing. And then when that's done, we'll do language arts and then work on another book. And then we'll do language arts and work on another book. So it's not all gonna be at once. It's just gonna be nice and easy and slow and comfortable for her. So we'll work through those as well after we learn about writing essays. But we have all of these level 8 Good and the Beautiful books for her to be working through as well. And then she has level 6 handwriting from the Good and the Beautiful. So she'll work through that. And here is her reading journal. It's for grades 6 through 8. Hers is just a little bit more, it's kind of the same as Everly's is, where it gives you a certain fiction book 1. Tell me about this fiction book. But again, I'm not too concerned about the book itself. It's fiction, nonfiction, a biography. I just want her to kind of, comprehend and know what she's comprehending as she's reading. So we're gonna fill in some of this. I don't really grade this at all. This is more just for the girls, for me to kind of glance at, to know that they're comprehending, and for them to kind of learn what they're comprehending as well. So all of that is for her. And then we also have this basic French. Hey, Layla. This is from, honestly, I don't even know where it's from, but it's all these books. It's 1 year of basic French 1. So she can work through that. And then we have her spelling as well. I got her a new spelling this year. It is from, I don't know either. So anyway, this is for her level. I ordered it from Christian Book, I think. It's just called Spelling Workout is what it's called. So this is the teacher book. This is her book. And again, this will just be something that she can kind of just work through on her own. And then I'll check it and make sure, you know, she doesn't need any help or she's not, I don't know. I would think that that spelling book is kind of at grade 8. She can kind of just do it herself. And then again, for math, we're going to work on Christian Light Education. So this past year, she tried teaching textbooks. She didn't like it. So then we switched to The Good and the Beautiful, and she liked it okay. And then this year, we're going to switch to this because The Good and the Beautiful stops at level 7. So you really need to find something else after that until they finish up their math. They are working through high school stuff right now. So there's really nothing left for her to do at that point. So I needed to find her something else. So we are doing math level 8 through Christian Light Education. I am hoping that by the time the little kids get up to high school level, that The Good and the Beautiful has their math done for those levels, which I think that they will because of all that they've been saying that they're working on it behind the scenes. And they're also working on history and science, I think, for upper levels. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So she has all of these to work through. This is an entire year of math for grade 8 through Christian Light Education. So that is all of her stuff. And then I'm going to kind of put some of this stuff away because you cannot see, but I am surrounded by curriculum. And then we're going to work on our group subject. So for Bible, we are doing a lot of things, but it's really not a lot. So I have a lot of different things, but we don't do them all every single day. We kind of rotate through them. So what we do every single day is a devotional. Right now we're working through this Duck Commander devotional. As you can see, we're about halfway through. So as soon as we get done with this one, we will move on to this one. This is Growing with Jesus. So that is, as I said, one thing that we do every single day. So devotional every day. Something new that we're going to start this year is scripture writing. So I printed out a scripture writing plan. I think it's just for a month, and then I'll have to find another one. But this is our first one, so we'll start with this one. And for that, I got them specific little notebooks. I bought a pack of them. They can choose their own colors. I just bought a pack off of Amazon, just these little notebooks. And they're lined, so I'm going to give them all one of these and they can work on that. Now, when I say all of them, I mean for the older two. The younger two will have a notebook and have the option of doing it. Obviously, Layla's not going to be able to. Wilder will be able to write the scripture. Am I going to make him at 5? No. But he'll have the option if he wants to. So that is those. And then we're going to do a memory verse every single week. So I printed this out. It's 52 Bible verses kids can memorize. So every week we'll just go either down or across, and that will be our memory verse for the week. So I printed that out. And then we have these 2 books as well. I bought these a long time ago, and we've never used them. So I also just thought about either giving these to the little 2 or using these as the memory verses instead of this paper. I honestly haven't decided which route I'll go, but 2 different options there. Now, I bought these for last year. We kind of don't do them every day because as I said, we kind of rotate through things that we do every day. So we are still working through Christian Light Education Bible Level 2. We have all of these workbooks. We have a couple different levels left. So we're going to continue to work through these. We do these usually about 2 days a week. So they've lasted a while. They're just very, very, very simple stories. And then you have like a little activity page at the end. So it's one little page that I read, and then they do the activity alongside it. Another thing that we kind of rotate through are these Bible workbooks that I printed out. I printed just all kinds of information that I wanted for them to learn and go through. So maybe once a week, we'll go through these, maybe twice, usually about once. Sometimes, honestly, we even skip going through it in the week. But it's just information. They've already learned all of it. So at this point, I don't really push it. We used to do it a lot more, but they've got the entire thing memorized by now. So that's why we've gone less and less and less. But I still try to go over it and just keep it fresh in their minds with some of this stuff. So that's just another thing that we do through the week. So everybody has their own, and I'll just hand them out and we'll kind of just run through it really quickly. It doesn't take long, as I said, because they've already learned all of the information. So what we really do through the year is these not consumed books. So we are currently working through this one, My Brother's Keeper. Now, I don't give every child their own book. We work through one that I read while Ashlyn works through hers. She's the oldest. I will read the younger ones, and then we'll do the activity together. But Ashlyn will be in here for the reading as she works through hers, because hers is a little bit more intense. So as I'm reading, she'll work through her own book. So I just buy like one level for the littler ones, and then I buy Ashlyn her own level. So we will be finishing up that one first, but we have lots of other ones. So we have one called Making Peace, Learning God's Way to Resolve Conflicts. I bought these, they had a big sale, so I bought like a whole bundle of them. So we have this one, Work Unto the Lord. And now I'm set for like this year and probably next year. In the Garden, a prayer Bible study for kids. Don't Blow Up, Seeking God's Way Instead of Anger. Fear Not, Quieting Fear and Anxiety with God's Truth. This one is Developing a Quiet Time, Grow the Fruitful Habit of Time with God. This one is I Have Decided, a Bible study on exercising your faith. God's Story, this is a study through the New Testament. We have the same one, but it's through the Old Testament somewhere right here. And then we have Navigating Friendships, Do Right, Learning to Make Wise Choices in the Face of Temptation, and Obey, a biblical study on obedience. And we have a Christmas one, Uncovering Mercies at the Cross. So we'll do this one at Christmas time. These other ones, I don't have a set plan for them. I kind of just ask the kids when we finish one, I'll let them pick out the next one. So we'll just work through these until they're gone. But like I said, they're about a month long. I think they're 20 lessons in each, so it takes about a month to go through them. So the amount that I have will be good for a while. As I said, I just as soon as we finish one, the kids will pick the next one and we'll work through all of those. And this is the one thing that we do daily. So every day we do our devotionals, we do these, and then we rotate through either this or this to go along with it. And like I said, we'll do the scripture verse, or the scripture writing verse, and then we'll do our memory verse for the week too. So that will take care of Bible. And so now we'll move on to science and history. Currently for science, we are in the middle of, as I said, we school year round, so we haven't finished everything. Health in the physical body. Now, health we only do on Fridays. So we do Monday, Wednesday, science. We do Tuesday, Thursday, history. Fridays we do health. So this one takes us a really long time to get to because we only do it one time a week. So we're working through this one right now, and the kids have their own little journals to go along with it. And when we're finished with that one, we're gonna move on to our next health, which let me find it right here. It's gonna be health in the human mind. And we have their journals here, and there's another one right there. So we'll move on to that. And then after that, if those don't last the entire year, our health is gonna move on to safety. We'll do safety on Friday instead of health. So those will be our 3 Friday units. And those are all from The Good and the Beautiful. So let me put that away. I'm trying to kind of clean up as I go because I should have shown you the before shot and shown you all of this stuff everywhere. Now, as for science, Monday, Wednesday, as I said, we are in the middle of this. We are working through Wonders of Energy. We're on lesson 8, and the kids have their journals. Now, when we're done with lesson 8, or when we're done with this, we're gonna start with not a Good and the Beautiful, but we're gonna go to Gather Round Earth Science. So we have already completed this a couple years ago, but it was before Ashlyn was homeschooled and the kids were really little. They loved this unit. So I figured it would be the perfect one to start with. That way Ashlyn can go over it, the kids can go over it again, and I printed out early reader for Everly, middle school for Ashlyn, and pre-reader for Layla and Wilder. So everyone has their own book there. And then I bought a bunch of really cool things for them to do alongside these 4 projects. So that will be really fun to work through. And then when we're done with that, I'm not sure which route we'll go. So last year I planned it down to a T and had every month, every unit, everything we were gonna do. This year I could not decide. So I will show you the Good and the Beautiful sciences that we have, and I'm gonna show you some Gather Round science that we have. And I think just when we're done with one, I'm gonna ask the kids which one they wanna do. So we have Kingdoms and Classifications from from Good and the Beautiful that they can choose from. We have Ecosystems and Motion and Simple Machines. So those are the next 3 units that we have that they can choose from. Or we can work through, I only printed out the first pages of a couple ones that we've talked about doing because I wasn't gonna print the whole thing until I know whether we're gonna do them or not. But we have Inventions and Ideas, Artists, Real Pirates of the Caribbean. This is from Campfire Curriculums. Let me see what else we have here. I think that might be it as far as science. We have Farming and Food from Gather Round that we would like to get to. Sorry, I have my science and my history all bundled in here together. I should have separated them. And then we have Survive Off the Land from Campfire Curriculums. We have Through the Eyes of a Meteorologist from Campfire Curriculums. With the Skills of Natural Medicine from Campfire Curriculums. And these are all 12, I think Campfire is all 12 lessons. So we could go through quite a bit of those through the year. So these are all wonderful curriculums. So the other thing that I have is, which I know for a fact that we're gonna do because the kids are very excited, is through Campfire Curriculums. It's called Home Defense. So we have talked so much about doing this one, and I think I'm gonna save it for December because one of my ideas is my kids are obsessed with Home Alone. And I thought for the Home Defense, a really good, fun project for it would be, do you know, if you've watched Home Alone, you've seen Kevin make the plan and he rolls it out, the plan of his whole house, and every window and every like booby trap and everything that he had set up, he drew on that map. So that is my one idea. I mean, I'm sure I'll have plenty more once we start going through it, but I think it's gonna be so much fun to go through this and kind of make their own little Home Alone map. If they were stuck home alone, how would they respond and how would they come up with a plan like Kevin did in Home Alone? So we're gonna do that, and that's why I wanna do this during December. So that's what we're gonna do for that. And also during December for Christmas, we're gonna do Christmas around the campfire through Campfire Curriculums. So that's gonna be that. And while we're at it, since I have all of these out, we'll just go through our holiday units. So we'll start with Giving Thanks from Campfire Curriculums for Thanksgiving. I just showed you Christmas Around the Campfire. And then we also have Christmas Around the World from Gather Round. So I forgot I printed both of these, honestly, until just now. I will ask the kids which one they want to do, or we can end up doing them both because I don't think this is very many lessons. And I know the Christmas Around the Campfire is not very many either. So we could possibly do both. We could do one, they can choose. And then Thanksgiving, we'll do He is Risen from Gather Round for Easter. We have St. Patrick's Day for St. Patrick's Day from Gather Round. We have Love You to the Moon and Back. It's a campfire curriculum. We did it this past year and it's really, really, really cute. And then we have Independence Day through campfire curriculums as well. So those are all our holiday units that we can do. Bless you, JoJo. And then moving on to history. So when we start, we're going to start with history, U.S. History 1 again. We're going to go through U.S. History 1 through 6 through Gather Round. So we have, again, already done this unit, but Ashlyn wasn't home to do it with us. And I don't want to start in the middle of it and she misses the whole, level 1, level 2, unit 1, unit 2. So we're just going to start all over at the beginning again. We did this 2 years ago when we did Earth Science. So my kids have learned a lot in 2 years. I think their brains have gone farther in 2 years. They will be able to understand a lot more, and they might not even remember from 2 years ago. So it might even feel brand new to them, or we might go through it and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I remember that. So we're gonna work through this as well. So this will be Tuesday, Thursday. And again, I have pre-reader for Layla Wilder. I have, let me see, early reader for Everly, and then we have middle school for Ashlyn. So that'll be our history, and then I have this Squanto book to go with it. I found it and I was like, oh, that'll work great. And then we also have this geography through art that we're gonna use. It's really great. I got it off of Amazon and it has so many cool projects for all kinds of different areas. So I just kind of keep it out and look through it. So I can actually use this for Earth Science too, because there's projects to do on the Earth. And then there's like Africa, Egypt, Russia, Japan, India, China. I mean, all kinds of things, so many countries and really fun things to do, and it's all art projects. So I just kind of keep this out, and anytime we go over anything Earth-related or history, and I want to look through and find something for them to do, we'll do this as a little art project just to reinforce the idea and just for fun, because fun learning is always the best. As I said, we're going to work through U.S. History 2, which is Rise to Independence. We're going to do U.S. History 3, which is Growing Identity. These are all through Gather Round. U.S. History 4 is War and Reformation. Then U.S. History 5 is A New Era. And then U.S. History 6, which is up to the currency of 2022. It's, what is it? Breaking News, History of Tomorrow. So we have all of those. And then if we get through all of those history units, what we're going to do is work through the United States military through campfire curriculums. We're going to do the mysteries of that history holds through campfire curriculums. And then it really just depends on what we get through. We have a couple more continents to work through. So we've done North America, Africa, and I think that might be it. But we have all the continents, and these are the ones that the kids picked. So we'll just kind of work our way through the continents after we work through all of U.S. history. Okay. So when we're finished with this, we'll roll on to continents. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through these, but once we do, we'll start working our way through the continents. Now, for electives, what we have is typing. We have levels 1, 2, and 3. I am giving this one to Everly. She's probably like halfway through it. We do typing on Thursdays. So she's working through this, and I have level 3 here for Ashlyn. And then Wilder works on typetastic.com because he's just not quite ready for finger placement yet. So he just kind of needs to learn what the keys are, but the girls obviously are old enough to be able to do that. So we have that. On Mondays, we're gonna work through financial literacy. So I got this for Everly and for Ashlyn. So level 2, level 6 through 8. These are gonna be for the girls for Monday. Tuesdays, I have art and French. Wednesdays, I have creative writing. So we have 2 creative writing notebooks here. We have notebook 1 and notebook 2, and my plan is for Everly and for Ashlyn to be able to work through those. Again, Thursday is typing, and then Friday is library day. So I don't have anything for that. But another thing that I have for them to do is these nature journals. I purchased these little books off of Amazon, and every day, I'm gonna have them write the date at the top and just draw a nature scene from outside. I don't care if they're drawing a tree, a flower, the sky, the ground, whatever. They are able to choose an animal, anything that they want to look outside and see. They are able to go outside and sit down and draw it. They're able to sit out a window and draw it, whatever they want. But every single day, I want them to just appreciate nature and draw a picture of it. And then it'll be really cool when we get to the end of the year and they can see like how everything has changed through the whole year. So that is just something extra I have for them to do every day. And then I purchased these off of Etsy at the middle or end of last year, a homeschool schedule. So it comes with like six or so different colors that you can choose from. And you can print it out, and she gives you this, I don't even know how to say it because I don't even know what it is, but she gives you a way to like go in and edit it for yourself. So I was able to go through and add things. It says daily responsibilities, daily chores, and then their schoolwork at the bottom, Monday through Friday. So I gave the older girls theirs. They're able to cross it off and do it themselves. The younger ones, it helps me stay on track for them to figure out what they've done, what we still have to do. And then also with the older girls, I can look at it and be like, okay, they've accomplished all of this. This is the only thing they have left. I don't know. I just really, really, really like to have these. So I print one out. Usually Sundays I'll print one for the new week. I could put them in a little thing and have them use a dry erase board, but this is just easier for me, and it's already typed up and printed. I don't have to type it up every single day. All I have to do is hit print on my computer, and we have an eco tank, so it's not much at all to print because the ink lasts forever. So we just do that. And then I also typed up myself to kind of stay on track one of these. Just it's Bible, language arts for each person, math, our unit, our resources, and our daily extras, which are just handwriting and nature journal. So resources, as I said, Mondays, financial literacy, Tuesday, art, Wednesday, creative writing, Thursday, typing and French, Friday, library and health. Oh, I think I said that wrong earlier, but anyway, there it is. And then another thing I do for myself is print out. I purchased the Gather Round PDF planner. So I don't have to buy a planner every year. I just bought it once and I can print it out every single year. I printed it the other day. I have yet to bind it though. I just need to get that accomplished. But what I do is I kind of reverse plan, and I write down as we go what everyone did during the day. So I don't have to, and I keep track of attendance and all of that. Just for my own benefit, our state, I'm not required to show or required a certain amount of days or anything like that. But I write it down, as I said, for my own benefit, and for if for any reason the laws change or anything, I have proof of how many days that we have done school. I have proof of what they've done, and then I can say, okay, well, this day they did this. Let me go get the book. I know where it is. I know what they did. Just kind of insurance for ourselves. If anything changes with the law, I already have everything here that I need. So we live in a very easy, friendly homeschooling state, and it's nice. But as I said, laws can change anytime, and I just want to be prepared for that to happen. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I think that was probably as organized as I could be, but I also felt a little scattered during it and tried to prepare as much as possible, but I hope it gave you some ideas. I'll try to remember to link everything down below, as I said. And if you're into homeschooling videos, homemaking videos, home cooking videos, all of the home things, that's why my channel is All Things Home now. It used to be Large Family Love. It is now All Things Home, because I realized that everything I was doing was all things home. Homeschooling, home cooking, homesteading, homemaking, all of it. So if you're into those kind of videos, I share daily videos on our meals and all the things in between. And we'd love to have you stick around and see how the kids go through the year and everything else we do. So I'd love to have you become part of our family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another new video. Bye.